This is example 4 in Stat 101, Examples Class 2, using Excel to graph a time series. And in this example, we're using a data set that you'll find on the Stat 101 webpage. It's called Chemical and Related Imports. Just loading up that file. This is our data that we will turn into a time series. So for this one, we highlight our data, just dragging the mouse down, highlighting the whole data, and then choosing the type of graph we want. We're inserting, this time it's a line chart, and we'll start with the first one in the series. That gives us our time series graph. We might want to go over and delete that series 1 to give us some more space for the plot. And then we've got several methods of adding a suitable title and labels to the axes. We could go in, as we did in how to draw a bar chart in Excel. We could go in and select, for example, number 10 in the layout options or one of the others. Just feel free to have a play with those. The other route we could do to change our plot is go into layout and then select things like chart title and axis titles to change those around. So let's start with the chart title. We select one of those, we can then go in, click in the text box and just change the title to something suitable for this graph. Chemical and Related Products Imports in Australian millions of dollars. Once again, if we find the text is too large, we can always change the font size. Once we have our title, we can select it and just change the font size to a smaller, more appropriate size for this plot. Extend the text box by clicking and dragging if we want to. And then we can go and change the axis titles, both the horizontal and the vertical, by clicking and selecting. Australian million of dollars on the y-axis, the vertical axis. And we can go and select the horizontal axis title to add a title below that axis. We can probably see that the months shown along the horizontal axis are reading vertically. We can go and change these. If we drag and make the graph bigger, these often change to a horizontal font itself. If not, we can highlight that text and we can actually make it smaller if we want to make sure that they're reading horizontally instead of vertically. The next thing we can do is, let's see if there's a trend for our time series. We can right click on our line itself and add a trend line. Remembering, if we want to display the equation on the chart, we'll need to tick that box at the bottom. Choosing a linear option and remembering to display the equation if we want to. Excel calculates the line through that point for us, which we can reposition if it's in a bad position for our graph. And that completes drawing a time series in Excel. End of example 4.